Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on which time zone you're joining us from. This is Meghna here from IEEE Pune section, India, and I have received this wonderful opportunity to moderate today's IEEE WI project-based learning session. It is an honor for me to introduce today's trainer, Harish Srinivasan sir, who is the co-founder of an education startup, Empathize Engineers. Sir is also a user experience at IEEE Labs and is a curator of Host Hands-on Special Tournament, which is powered by Infinite Engineers. Sir has previously worked with about 500 plus schools and has personally interacted with over 15,000 plus students. Currently, he is involved in building a virtual ecosystem to nurture social emotional learning skills. Over to you, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Meghna. And first things first, hope I'm audible. Yes,
Yes,
super
sir.
cool. Thanks a lot. And I'm super excited about this whole initiative of project-based learning because I've been traveling in this space for the last 7 years into project-based experiential learning, more like hands-on learning. So when Ramnik came up with this idea, I felt really happy to be part of this. Again, to learn from the students, it's like more than my sharing, it's more about the interaction and the learning I'm going to take away through this experience. So it would be great, students, if you're comfortable, you can switch on your video. So I feel the vibe when I see your faces. So my energy comes from seeing your expressions. So if possible, you can like quickly turn on your videos. That would be great. So thank you, Mahalar Patel, so for turning on. So quickly in the next 1 minute, it would be great if you could turn on a video and keep this energy up for the next 1 hour or so. So in the meantime, I'll just quickly share my screen so that we could get into the session. Okay, great, superb. I guess you could able to see the screen. I always wish uh, uh, my presentation or my session is highly interactive. So I really hate things when it's like a monologue. When only I'm speaking, I'm not very comfortable with that. So I wish we do interact a lot. So I use this tool called Mentimeter. So what you have to do is I'll just show the slide. You just do me this favor. So I've addressed everyone in this session as change makers, including students, faculties, parents, mentors, because everybody here are doing something, are making a change in this society and in one form or the other. I'm so happy that IEEE with this event is trying to put different stakeholders in one common place and everybody is a change maker and salute for that. Uh, Next is just go to menti.com, menti.com. Either you're using a laptop or a mobile phone, just open this tab in your browser, okay, and type this code quickly. And in the chat, you can let me know once you have done this, you can let me know yes. Okay. So go to menti.com, menti.com, and type the code 37043419, whatever you're seeing on the screen. Just type the code. Whatever I'm showing as a presentation, you will also see in that mobile screen. So whenever there is a question comes in, you will be able to reply through your mobile phone or through your laptop, whichever device you are connected from. So this will make this uh, interaction better through this tool. So uh, just I'll wait for like 1 minute so that we'll all get together, because I could also see the reactions here. I could also see the number going on. So now it's like 9:10. It should match the participants of the in that WebEx. So Ramnik, like how many number of participants are there in the WebEx now?
We have around 46, including me. So I am also joining Menti.
Okay, great, super. So we are running to like 12 now in Menti. So I'm expecting at least uh, 30 quickly. So keep going, keep going. Uh, so This is a very interesting tool. I've tried once before during another IEEE event where I also learned a lot. So through this, you'll also understand more about your participants, I mean, your tribe in this session. So I'll also like get to know more about you. So great. Now it's 20 now. So I wish we hit the next 10 so that I could move on to the next slide. So, so even parents, faculty members, mentors, you could also join this. It's not just for the students. You could also be part of this. Great, super. Just type in the chat once you have entered into the menti.com space. Okay, okay, keep going. Yes, it's menti.com and the code is 37043419. And once you get in, I guess like you will see the screen, whatever I think I'm showing here right now. So maybe I'll also join and see if things are working. Okay, superb. Great. I think like I'll move on. Uh, people who are joining in, I think you could see the chat and also get in. Otherwise, not a problem. We'll also interact through the WebEx as well. So it's like 27 now. Super cool. I'll keep going. So thanks for the quick support and let me move to the next screen. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is the first exercise just for you to like know how to use menti.com. Once you've joined the menti.com, just click yes, I am in, and I'm also going to submit. So you will see like number of people, the response is here real time. So that's the wonderful thing about this tool. So quickly, let me see like how many have joined menti.com from this WebEx session. So it's 25, 26, it's going to hit 30. Okay. Great. Nice. We have hit 30 people now for using Menti. That's wonderful. So now you know how to use a tool, right? Yes, you can show thumbs up. Super, great. That's the example. Perfect. Now we're getting into the session. Okay, so I'll just give a gist about myself. Meghna has briefed about me, but to add things up, I've been into this education space for the last 7 years. I'm a mechanical engineer by graduate. During the final year of my college, I ventured directly into a startup. So I didn't work anywhere. I don't know like how a professional working experience would be, but we as a teammates started this company with the whole idea of making a change in the education system. And we never knew we would come this far, but we just made an attempt. So during that journey, I discovered the whole about myself because I was an introvert in school, college. I was uh, people don't know where I'm sitting in my classroom. So I used to be a very silent guy, and I have a very huge fear of public speaking, and uh, and these were my characteristics during my school and college. But when I started discovering about myself, I really loved problem solving. I really loved interacting with children. I loved teaching, and there are a lot of things that I started loving to do after my startup journey, which I failed to recognize during my school, college because I was running behind academics, and that's what I did there. So basically, like I love being with children and learning from them and creating the change that is needed in this education system. So that's what I'm loving to do. I'm hope that I do this for many more years to come till I stay alive. So that's my dream. So quickly, I'll just get into this, which I felt very important because whatever you are listening to me, I should owe to my uh, students that I interacted with. Meghna said I've interacted close to like 15,000 students in the last 7 years. Yes, but in the first 2 years, I went through a whole lot of phase where I feared to the hell. Imagine the person who has not spoken on a stage in school, college till my 20 years. And during my startup journey, imagine on the first point, I had to face 200 odd children in my first attempt. Like I just made a lot of mistakes. I'm pretty sure like I didn't do my whatever I thought. I was not able to communicate. But there is like one thing that made me to get better at this. There are a lot of other skills as well, but I just want to understand from you what could be that one solution to overcome public speaking. So in the next Menti, I think you could type your answer. Just type the solution of how I would have overcome the public fear, or solution that you feel would be the best way to overcome fear of public speaking. So what could be that one solution that you feel? Just quickly go and type it out. This is a very open-ended question. You can type the how's the answer. So great, I'm able to see on the screen. Confidence and experience, great. Practice makes man perfect. Perfect response. Okay. By speaking continuously, by practicing, just have faith in yourself and just go ahead and never see back. Great. Starting with a smaller audience and working your way up to a larger audience. Love that point. Self-confidence, get friendly audience to practice, believe in yourself, practice in front of mirror. Okay. I guess like you are giving some wonderful ideas, which I wish I got this 7 years back. Great. Superb. So there are so many responses coming in. Cool. Okay. Front of our families and friends, and then talking in front of greater audience. That's great. Your family or friends is the first step to start with. Many said self-confidence, speaking with different individuals and experience. Wonderful. Great. Superb. I think now you have the answers to it, and my answer is not going to be any different from what you said now. So this next 1 hour, or you could take this PBL school camp as your practice area, where you could explore your public speaking or explore your interaction. I'm sure you're going to meet new friends, new mentors. You are going to speak. Speaking and communicating is going to be a very essential skill, at least for the next 1 week in this camp. So I feel whatever you said, you're going to implement it. Okay. Just showcase thumbs up if you're going to implement this. Whatever you have typed in now, just show a thumbs up or put in the chat that you're going to like do it. Yes, that's awesome. Stop scaring yourself with thoughts about what might go wrong. Instead, focus your attention on thoughts and images that are coming in. Great. I think I'm getting some very important advice. I'm going to like bookmark the screen and then use it for my other students. Great. So I'm making sure you're going to implement whatever you have told now. Okay, next few slides, I'm going to really understand more about you. Yes, I've got your name list and sort of other details, but quickly let's run a poll. Okay, which grade you are in? Quickly. I've listed grade 9 to 12, and parents, faculty members, you could all type others. Okay, we'll see like is topping this chart. Which grade is higher? Okay, I think there are a lot of parents, faculty, who's leading now. Okay, other than that, I see like a lot of grade 12 students. Okay, nice. Okay, so we see more of grade 12. That's great. I'm pretty surprised to really see a lot of grade 12 students participating in school camp. Usually what happens after 10th, they become super serious with academics and other things become secondary. But I really love the idea where a lot of participants from grade 10, 11, 12. Really nice. Great. Super great. Next question. Which country you are from? Just type, and I think you will see some sort of a word cloud here. When the same comes in, you get a bigger area. So right now it's only India, I guess, from the participants. Okay, we have one from USA. And let's see if there are like any other countries joining now in this session. Okay, just India and USA, and India is bigger because there are more participants in India for today's session. So great, super cool. Now I got an idea of our audience from. Okay, great. Quickly, this is something which is very personal, but we just want to understand what is something that you're passionate about. What is something that you love doing, that you wish you want to do spend more and more time on it and get better at it. So quickly. Impacting lives from social innovation, wonderful. Teaching, great. Learning new things, I think that's why you are here now in this session. Learn and share learnings, programming, modeling, acting, drawing, interesting, okay. Coding, web development. Okay, many said like learning new things. That's wonderful, right? We're all here to learn new things. I'm also here for that, to learn from your things. Table tennis. I love projects related to AI. Become the first trillionaire. Ramnik, this is super interesting. There's like something called trillionaire, and somebody wants to become the first trillionaire. Okay.
I guess we are gonna have a lot of big Bill Gates, Steve Jobs from this call.
Yeah. Because you could see a lot of coding, computers, and finding new projects, problem solving to quench my inquisitivity. Great. Making lives easier with AI. Listening songs and have fun. Nice. Coding, gaming, both competitive and for chill. Coding, hacking, and more outdoor games. Nice. I think it would be super interesting when you actually meet your teammates and you could also like know more about them because you're from different geographies, different perspectives. I don't think so. You will get a better opportunity than this to get different perspectives from different people. Yes. Uh, Great. Wonderful. Now I've got an understanding about your audience. So I'll just quickly move into the actual topic now. Okay. So great. So now you're able to see a screen, a picture. Okay. I'm calling it as situation A. Uh, I just want to this is a very common picture that you have seen. I could only get this picture, but it's like very common in Indian education system schools where teacher will be someone who is teaching and there'll be like benches, students who are listening. Okay, it's just a very similar situation. I just want you to go to menti.com and describe situation A. So whatever you have seen in the picture, can you describe it like a very short, brief way? Okay, academic based learning. Okay, whatever you observe, there is no right or wrong here, but just a picture, and I just want you to describe it. Okay, offline teaching with fun and knowledge, learning, old learning classroom. I didn't like it, it's not interactive. So one of you said it's not interactive. Okay, what else? What else? I think you could also type one or more answers. I don't think so. There is a restriction for that. I'm not sure whether I've kept that setting or not.
Yeah, it's
Offline
not have a
class.
restriction, Harish. We can
Okay.
type more than one. Yeah.
Great, super. Academic teaching and writing, and you also add in a thing called boring. Okay. Subject-based learning, offline learning, attention to teach in a classroom with different uniforms. Okay. Learning with friends and having fun. It's a situation of a classroom where the students seem deep in thought. It's a two-way based learning. Nostalgic. Somebody said they remember their classroom days. Okay. Face-to-face learning where students, I think this is something that we miss now because of COVID situation. We are not going to classrooms. I think it's nostalgic for everyone, uh, even who are in the school now. So someone is capturing picture, classroom in Western country. Nice, great, superb, interesting. Just hold on to it. I'll just go to the next picture uh, with another situation. Okay. So this is situation B. Okay, and just look at the picture, just observe it, and yes, pretty much you would have observed the picture, and I want to once again, and I want to describe it. Just wait for me. Yeah, now describe situation B. Just go ahead, just feel free to type your responses. It's a picnic. Okay, it's a group study. It's more interactive. Painting, creative and collaborative activity, group activities, putting creative ideas on paper, time with family and friends, collaboration, learning with knowledge, working together, group study, having fun. Okay. Just do it which you feel more comfortable. A place where you learn not just by listening, but by actually doing it with hands on, spot on. So, creativity on paper, uh, group work where the work is actually individual, but we love collaborating, which we miss. Okay. Group creativity, youngster of different gender and age are enjoying a number of activities. Nice. putting their own ideas and thoughts on paper, and thus understanding each other better. Great, super. So now we have understood two situations. Yes, that's perfect. And I just going to move on to the next slide. Even though you have thoughts, just keep hold on it. We'll have a discussion on that. Great. Now I come to a very important point of understanding here. So there are two things called passive versus active learning. Whichever you've seen in situation A is a passive learning, which is mostly one directional, where teacher or a lecturer will explain it and students will listen it, or they will see, listen, or maximum write notes. Okay, these are the three very important things that happens in a passive learning system. When it comes to active learning, it's more related to hands-on work, and the perfect example is your PBL school camp that you have all enrolled now. Yes, it's more like an active learning strategy where nobody is going to give you lectures or nobody going to give you a more of one directional. It's going to be working as a team, putting your thoughts out. It's more all about creativity, collaboration, and coming up with new ideas. And that's called active learning. So I'm not here to say which is right or wrong, because both works. Because imagine our education system where there are so many students in schools and so India is so populated. Passive learning works best when it's like more exam oriented, uh, and for competitive examinations. And active learning works best through when it comes to projects, when it comes to creative learning, when it comes to building skills. So both works, and it's how we balance both of these in our education system. I would like to see more of active learning happening in schools. There are schools doing wonderful work in creating that active learning experiences. I just, as an educationist, as I've been in the field for so many years, I just wish it happens more. So this presentation or doing things in Mentimeter is just a sort of a creating that active learning experiences, because I don't want it to be passive. That's the only thought. And now I just want any one of the volunteer student to just add thoughts on passive versus active learning, because I just want to really get a feel that you have understood this whole point, because this is going to be the foundation in which we are going to build project based learning. So anybody who are going to like nominate yourself and share your thoughts on this whole passive versus active learning thing, you can go ahead, unmute, and you could share your thoughts quickly. Forget, remember the public speaking thing. This is an opportunity where you could open up and come out of your shell. So I wish you use the stage very well. So anyone who would like to like unmute and share your thoughts. Okay, Rahul said, can you please repeat about passive learning? Yes, I'll do. So passive learning is more like one directional learning experiences. It's a very traditional classroom setting, and that's also a very effective one when it comes to whatever we are doing best. I mean, writing exams and all those stuff. And passive is more about we listen to them. Even listening is a skill, and you see, listen, and write notes, and all these are passive. You don't actively involve, but the right opposite is active learning, where you engage yourself fully. I mean, you think, you collaboratively think, creatively think, come up with ideas and all those stuff. It's more like a discussion. Imagine a classroom where you have debates, discussions, and where everyone is participating. Something like this is active learning. So I just wish I want to interact with just at least one student and then move on to the next slide. Anybody who's like to nominate yourself? Hello. Kashish? Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
audible.
yeah, you are audible. Great.
So I guess that active learning and passive learning is way different. So I think that active learning, the student is held. I'm sorry. The passive learning, the student is held accountable for whatever they grasp from what is being told to them or what is being presented to them. While active
Okay.
learning is where you collaboratively think, you interact with each other, with the teacher, as well as your co-mates or your classmates, and then you grasp about whatever is presented to you, as well as what you learn from that.
Wonderful. Superb. Wonderfully put, Kashish, I think you have really understood the whole crux of it. So it's more like passive is more like teacher-centered learning, and active learning is more like a child or student-centered learning. So that's where I could get from you. So I think while listening from Kashish, I feel I should go for one more student. So one more student. I don't want same people repeating again through this whole session. I want new members to interact. So any other student who would like to unmute yourself and want to discuss on this quickly? Yeah.
Okay, and Harish, I want to put here one thing.
Yeah.
If you are comfortable in Hindi language, it's totally fine. You can speak up. I can translate for Harish. That's totally fine. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Language is not at all a restriction for communicating. So we have wonderful people who understand different languages here. So they would do the best. Okay. Quickly, one more student. I'm not going to move till I interact with that one student. I'm going to be very strict on that.
Sir, I feel active learning is more enjoyable and more creative because you collaborate with different people, and also the skills which come while active learning, like think, spirit, confidence.
Yeah.
These are very required for further experience also.
Great, wonderful, Meghna. That's really great. I'm so happy, and you're going to practice that active learning for the next 1 week. And Ramnik and his team has done a wonderful experience for you to develop that active learning spirit. I know you're going to experience that through the activity. Great. I'm going to move to the next without any delay. And great. So this picture is like very interesting, right? I mean, even though everybody says like active learning is super great, super fun, but imagine in a classroom setting, a teacher is doing project-based learning in a classroom, and there are like 40, 50 students in a classroom. Imagine how situation could change. Yes. Imagine we are not sitting in a benches, and imagine we are moving around the classroom building projects. It is really difficult, and I'm not saying it's a disadvantage, but it needs a lot of organizing practice and management skills, and there is not one teacher that is enough. In a classroom, we need more teachers to organize this. But this is something that we should also understand. There is a lot of logistics challenges as well, but still active learning is something that needs to be incorporated at a decent scale in each schools, and even in this virtual setting you're going to experience that. So even though it's like really interesting to hear it, there are a lot of challenges that teachers are going through to implement this. I should say that I should give a huge respect to teachers who are trying out in their scale to implement this active learning strategies in their capacities. So that's wonderful to see a lot of nice initiatives. So, and this is a sort of a difference, and difference is whatever you already told. So I don't think so this theory stuff is needed now. It's more like a hearing thing, and it's more like doing, participating, giving a talk, and all those stuff. So I feel at least half of you should be like active learners by this session. I want more people to interact. So great. And this is again a question. Don't type the answer now. I'll just complete the question. How many dash-based learning methods do we have? For example, project-based learning is one of it. Like that, how many based learning methods we have? Like similar to project-based learning, like how many do we have? There are 3 options: below 5, between 5 to 10, above 10. It's just the numbers. Okay. So just want to hear your views. How many dash-based learning methods we have? These are all active learning methodologies. Project-based learning is one of it. Okay. So there is more votes going between 5 to 10. Okay, nice. And nobody, okay, below 5 there's one person. Okay. We'll see which is winning. Okay. Great. So super cool. Okay, can one of you quickly say like any other than project-based learning, is there any other based learning that you could share with us? Just the term alone. You could unmute and you could say it. You could also do some sort of an imagination, like project-based learning. What else do you think is already there in learning systems? Technology-based learning. Superb. Kashish is down in the chat. It's called technology-based learning. Great. What else? What else? You could unmute. You could type in the chat, whichever works for you. Quickly, I just want to listen at least 5. Technology-based learning. I just want to listen. Great. Game-based learning. Logical-based learning. Okay. 2 more. Practical studies. Okay. Activity-based learning. Okay. I could accept, take it as 4. Experience-based learning. Wonderful. Superb. So here, the between 5 to 10 is what people have mostly have voted. And we'll see if they are the winners or who are the winners. So I'll just go to the next learning. Problem-based learning. Stuti Gial has given problem-based learning. So I'll just go to the next slide to brief you how many are there. Okay, these are the active learning methodologies. This is just few of it. Okay, so there is, if I like quickly run through, there are project-based learning, case-based learning, challenge-based learning, community-based learning, design-based learning, game-based learning. I think some of you said in the chat. Inquiry-based learning, land-based, passion-based, place, problem, proficiency, service, studio, teamwork. Okay, so this is wonderful, right? I mean, like right now we are focusing on project-based learning because project-based learning is something which is historically has been in practice for so many years. So it's more like a father of active learning methodologies. So it's been there during the 19th century, where there are wonderful educationists who have really identified the impact of project-based learning. So imagine your whole school year is converted to projects. I wish we would have had more enthusiasm going to schools by that way. I feel so. So imagine every subject is converted to projects, games, challenges. So the same curriculum becomes a more fun-filled, right? So even though in this project-based learning cap, you're going to implement a lot of your concepts that you've already studied, you're going to understand new concepts, and it's more interdisciplinary. It's not just one subject, multiple subjects or areas come together. That's the wonderful part of it. And I'm happy that IEEE has taken project-based learning as a core thing, which is, I feel, is very important now. So quickly, so we'll just go into this whole aspect of what is project-based learning. Again, I want a couple of responses from the student side. By just hearing the word project-based learning, what do you think is project-based learning? And we'll also call it as in a short form PBL, and that's a short form of project-based learning. So quickly, nominate yourself, unmute, and just share your thoughts.
Yes, can I go on?
Yeah, who's this?
Malhar.
Okay, great, Malhar. Yeah, go on.
So in projects-based learning is first the teacher or mentor first teaches you, and later on, as a part of this, the students implement what they have learned in form of a project. Means they make their own project and present to them.
Great, wonderful. In this case, in PBL camp, you would have listened. So what would be the medium of you presenting the project? What is going to be that medium, Malhar?
Medium. Right now, as of talking, it's like online medium or through net.
Okay, got it. Superb, wonderful. Thanks for sharing. And you are spot on in terms of your understanding about the concept is presented as a project, or while you are building the project, you are expressing your thoughts, ideas. So it's more like a vehicle. Project is like a vehicle for you to express your ideas, thoughts, and creation. Great, Malhar, for sharing thoughts. One more student who would like to, I just want to understand your thoughts on project-based learning.
Sir, can I go?
Yeah. Just say your name and you could go ahead. Yeah, from which place you're in.
My name is Palak. I'm from Gujarat, India. And
Okay.
for me, project-based learning is something that you have a basic idea, but to get more idea, you have to research on your own. And that is very nice because you will get to know the things by yourself. You will try yourself to find things. And whenever you are lacking something, your mentor is there to explain you and to get your problem solved.
Great, wonderful. That's a really very nice explanation. I mean, it's something that we have been through project-based learning for so many years, but I think you have understood the crux of it. So thanks for sharing, Palak. I'm really happy to get it from the students, because once you have understood what is project-based learning, I'm very sure you're going to get the benefit of it for sure. So, and that's the whole essence, right? I mean, it's a very safe environment where you could experiment. At the same time, your mentors are there by your side to help you. So even though you're making mistakes, that's part and parcel of project-based learning, and nobody is going to like ask you why you have made mistakes. So that's not at all going to be the process. So here, it's a very comfortable environment where you are going to explore new tools and you're going to build projects. Okay, I'm really liking this explanation. I just wish I would go for one more student. Okay, so Rahul says, let's share something. So
yeah, Rahul is there and Satyendra is also there.
yeah, one of you, yeah, you could share.
Yeah, Satyendra, please go ahead.
Project-based learning is about interacting with the teachers and friends about the project and doing it as well.
Wonderful. So it's all about interaction and doing. Okay, that's the key two things of project-based learning. And thanks for putting it, Satyendran. Great. I think now we have understood the crux of it. So I'll just go on to the next slide. So this is some sort of a definition, but you have already like covered it. So it's more like a teaching method. It's like another teaching method, because traditional teaching has always been chalk and talk. They'll write on the board and they'll talk. And there have been more interactive teaching methodologies that is coming up with, and project-based learning is one of it. And it's a teaching method in which students learn by actively engaging real-world situations. So Ramnik, I think his team is going to reveal the problem statements they're going to work on, which is really fascinating. When I first heard it, it's going to be real world, real time, and something that people are experiencing now. So you're going to act on real world stuffs. So, and you're going to build some meaningful projects out of it. So that project idea, if is implemented in real time, and I'm sure it's going to impact more and more people's lives. So indirectly or directly, you're also impacting lives of people through your projects. And that's the pride, or that's the responsibility that you should feel right from now. So you are part of that change-making team where your project could impact lives. And that's the wonderful thing about project-based learning. So, so just not as a consumer, now we are going to be like a giver. Through your projects, you're going to be like giving your idea solutions to the public, and we are going to make it happen in real time. So there are certain things that project-based learning has, and this is obviously you will be experiencing it through the camp. I'm just going to take very short time in explaining like how this whole works. So the project-based learning always starts with a challenge, problem, or question. So the challenging problem or question is something that Ramnik and his team is already having it. So that's going to be your challenge point. And from that, you're going to get into an inquiry zone where you're going to research about it, learn more information about the problem, get some data, insights, and people involved in that, and all those stuff. And then there's always an authenticity to it. As Satyendra and many of the students said, it's all about your interaction, and it's about your choice that you're making in. Yes. And next, it's your voice and choice. So nobody is there to tell you what you're going to do. It's your freedom and it's your responsibility, and you have all your voice and choice to act on it. And next, you will always reflect. Whatever you have thought through, you are going to reflect from your teammates' ideas, and you're going to collaborate on top of it. And the next is going to be critique and revision. Critique and revision is a very important part. It's more like a feedback. You're going to share your ideas to your mentors, and they're going to suggest some feedback. And you should always take it with a positive intention that they are helping you to get better in whatever you're doing now. So we should always have that critic along with us. And right now, it's your mentor who are going to spend their effort and time for you, for your betterment. And that's wonderful to see for all the mentors who have joined this. And next, the public product. So in this IEEE PBL clamp, you're going to come up with a website. That's going to be a product. That's going to be a public product that anybody is going to see. So that is the final thing that you're going to create. And then it could again come to the cycle of getting better. You could make one more revision, and all those stuff can happen. But this is some sort of an idea to get what PBL involves. You will use your knowledge, understanding, and you will also get lot of superpowers as skills. So next, I'm going to not delay, and this is again a mentee question. So I'm going to really understand what are the superpowers that you feel would be nurtured through project-based learning. Superpowers, I mean skills. What is something that you will develop for sure during the project-based learning? You can type a word and you could go ahead and type in mentee. Just want to understand what are the superpowers that you feel you will develop along this journey. So you can quickly go and type it out in mentee.com. Okay, participation, innovative mindset, networking, great. So I just wish to see more responses. Leadership, creating, interacting, researching. Okay, networking seems to be the bigger term. You see big because when more people type it out, you see the bigger thing. Somebody have written in the chat called fearless nature, wonderful, problem solving skills, researching, cooperation, empathy, nice to see that term, self-confidence, critical thinking skills, that's great. Super. Wow, so many there. I think I'm going to like screenshot it at one point in time to get these ideas. And one of the beautiful part is these skills are transferable. That means whenever you're going to spend next week building the skills, that means these skills are going to help you in the rest of your life. It's not like just one time. It's not just your like 8th standard science subject that you have done the exam, that's 8th standard syllabus over. Not like that. These skills are going to be like a fundamental part. You're only going to improve in it when you're experiencing more such camps in the future. And these skills will stay with you for your rest of your life. So it's curiosity and a lot of wonderful things that you've mentioned. So I feel you're already there. I mean, you know how things are happening and you know the skills that are being triggered. So that's really nice. And networking is one key thing that I'm seeing here. And that's a wonderful thing also about this camp. We are going to network with different people, different students from different geographies. So great, superb. I'm just to quickly screenshot it and then move to the next slide. Great, awesome. So I think just make sure you're going to develop the superpowers next week during the closing ceremony. I wish everyone have their superpowers nurtured, at least few of them, not all. Just keep in mind you're going to develop at least 3 superpowers end of this 3 weeks. Just write it down and just see that every day, at least for the next 7 days. I think you will definitely improve in it and you will see yourself the difference in 1 week. 1 week is a very short time, but trust me, you will see the difference in you. You will not be the same person. I think something would have impacted you and you will become a better person and you would have nurtured these skills for sure. That's based on my experience working with children in a similar sort of environment. So wonderful seeing you. I'll just go to the next slide. Okay, so I think I've come to the last part of section of the presentation. So I'm going to share you an idea which was there. It is a framework which I have used personally for my problem solving approach, and I've also like taught to many children, and it's a very successful framework that is existing in the world. So very soon you're going to get the problem statements from the team and you're going to work on it. This will be just a guide. Doesn't mean you should follow the same process, but just you can use this framework as a guide, and you could also like make alterations to it. It's up to your team. But I also have a challenge here. So okay, so the process is this, but the twist is I have jumbled the process. So it's not like step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 steps totally, but the order is not the same. The order is different, but the 5 steps are, one is called testing, one is called defining, one is called prototype, one is called empathize, one is called ideate. These are the 5 steps, but this is not in a order. I've just jumbled it, okay, for a challenge thing. And in the next mentee slide, I'm going to ask you to order this slide, prioritize the process. So just imagine you're going to solve a problem. and imagine you have these 5 steps in place, which you will do first, which you will do second, third, fourth, and fifth. I want to know the actual order in which you will do it. Okay, so everybody is going to rate it. So I'm pretty sure these words are very common in nature. Testing is something that you will do it before launching something, right? You will test it among your friends, family before you release it. Define is something you will define on a like a statement, something that yes, I'm going to do this, like a something of a defined kind of thing. Prototype is something like building something before. For example, right now we are going to build a website. So building a website is like a prototype. So for example, imagine I'm building a car. I'm not going to build an actual car, but I'm going to first build a mini car using materials available to me. That's a prototyping. Very quick, very low cost thing called a prototype. And empathize is something that how I relate to other people and how I could relate to their needs, problems, their situations, how I can relate to them. It's more about knowing others who are involved in the problem statement. And ideate is something coming up with ideas. It's not about the quality of ideas, it's about how many ideas that we come up with. Multiple solutions or ideas. So these are the 5 steps. I'm going to give you like 1 or 2 minutes. In the next slide, what you're going to do, in the Mentimeter, you're going to rank it. So I think in the Mentimeter, you will have first option. That means that's the first step. So select which is going to be the first option. Once you have done that, you will get the next option open. You can select the next thing. So by this way, you can rate it, and we will see whether 30 or 40 of odd of you could rate it, the order. And now I see ideate is in the first phase, empathize in the second phase. Oh, it's going to third. So we'll see which is the order that we are suggesting, and on next slide I'll share the actual order. Okay, so just think about which will come first. I think it's again a group work. We're all collaborating to come up with one common process. 15, 17 people have responded, and now this is the order. Okay, now ideation is coming the first, defining second, empathize is third, fourth is prototyping, and fifth is testing. Okay.
Harish, I guess we should name this particular quiz as KPCO IEEE Women Engineering Project-Based Learning Camp.
Yeah, okay, ideate is still leading. I just feel I should give few more seconds before I go to the next slide. I'm going to note it down. Okay. Okay, before I go to the next slide, again, I want 2 students to explain the order, like why they have given the particular order. Maybe somebody could nominate, at least one of you could nominate and unmute and say, what do you think is the right process according to you and why? You can just explain the process for me. That's it.
Shall I explain?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Just say your name and where you're from, and you can go ahead.
Shall I explain?
Yes. I'm not able to see who's Rahul, right?
I'm audible to you.
Yes, Rahul, I can hear you.
Okay, ideate first comes because we need some ideas to build something. So ideate first comes. Then we should empathize. We should first understand what it is. So we should empathize. Third, we should, like you said, we should make a small. We should understood what it is and make it of a small thing, and we should understand it. Fourth come, we should define it to others. What we are done, we should define it to others. Fourth comes test. Sorry. First it come test. We should test ourselves. What we have done is correct. Fifth come define. We should define what we have done to others.
Wonderful. Great. Superb. There's nothing going to be like right or wrong here. Definitely, I'm going to share the next slide as conveying the actual process. But I think you are given your perspective, Rahul, very true to yourself. I'm happy about that. You have expressed that. So great. I'm happy about that, Rahul. Thanks for sharing. And one more student.
Sir, shall I explain?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Anish Shankar. Yes.
Explain. I'm Anish Shankar. So
yeah.
First, we want to because first we want a basic idea on that. Next, define we know what the idea want to be. So we want to define second, and third is prototype. We want to run the idea in a real time. Test. We want to test it basically. After that, we want to empathize. We want to tell to others what is this product about, like that.
Okay. Thank you, Anish Shankar. I think there was some disturbance, but I can able to really understand the gist of like your explanation. Thanks for voicing out your opinion. And one more student.
Yes, can I go on?
Yeah, Mahlar, I think you've already spoken, right? Yeah, you can
Okay.
go on, but I wish you can go on. But I have one more new student as well. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Go on, Mahlar. Mahlar, you can go on. Yeah.
Yes. So first I would ideate, means gather some ideas, then emphasize, that is know what people want, that what are the needs, then define the ideas and all the inputs I've got from the people out there. Then
Okay.
I would create a small prototype, then see how it works, that is the fifth step, test.
Okay. Great. Superb. Nice. I'll just give a better. Thanks for sharing it out. I'm also getting some new perspectives with where you are sharing it out. So I really feel if I'm going to share next is the real thing, because whatever you're saying is like very convincing. So one more student who have not spoken yet who wish to speak out. I think you could to take up this opportunity before I move on to the next slide.
Yeah,
One
I
more.
can try.
Yeah, you can go on. Who's this?
Yeah, it's Manas.
Yeah,
I'm
go on,
from
Manas.
Bangalore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think empathize should come first actually, because if you share like the thoughts and ideas like of like 3-4 people of your friends or your peers or your close people, then
Okay.
if it's like the idea requires like at least 3-4 people, like a group idea, then the idea is born, because if you share the same vision with 3 or 4 more people, then
Okay.
you ideate, because then you think of what it is and then you carry the plan forward,
Okay.
and then you define your idea,
Okay.
and then you first make a prototype of what you're going to like succeed in, or what you're going to like create a career path in, and the last is test, which you finally like test your product and then you move forward.
Okay. Wonderful. Great. Thanks, Manas, for bringing your opinions. And I'm going to share next the actual framework. Uh, uh, Again, the framework is something that has been like driven by a lot of researchers over these years. Again, I'm not saying that's the formula, but you're always there to, experiment with the formula itself. You can change the order and see, but it's all up to you. But I'm just going to share what is the actual process. So, okay. So this is the actual process, actual framework, and it was first launched by Stanford. It's something called Stanford has this design school called D School. So they used to teach these design thinking practices to industries, to startups, to universities, institutions, and this is the process they used to follow. So the first step, as Manas said, is empathize. Okay, so empathize is more about your connect with the people who are facing that problem. Yes, so you should meet a lot of people, because it's very difficult to understand from other people's perspective. Like, because imagine I'm not feeling the pain. See, for example, the problem is not for me, the problem is for somebody outside. So first I need to connect with them to really understand their emotions, their pain points of the problem. So that's more about empathizing. So every problem solver should have that empathy mindset, and that means that is the very first step, and it's also the important step. Once you have connected with that people, the problem, I think you are going to come up with the best solution possible. So first is that empathize, and there is slightly a different thing. Maybe I should have named it differently. It's more about defining the problem. It's not just define. The whole process is defining the problem. So it's whenever the IEEE team comes up with a problem, it's also for you to define your own problem statement in your own words. So you just understand from the problem, and then based on your empathizing activity, just define the problem statement. Just write it down. Write down the problem that you're going to focus. And the third step is, now it's an ideate stage where you have done the empathy stage, what are the insights you got from the people experiences. Second, you have defined the problem statement. Third is ideation. You will come up with as many solutions as possible. First step is all about brainstorming, and we'll always do these different brainstorming techniques. So it's about number of solutions that you come up with, and end you narrow it down to 3 or 4 solutions. So first itself, you can't have that 2 or 3 solution that works. You should have a list of like even 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or even 100. But depending upon the time, you can choose the numbers. But from that, you will refine it to solutions. Maybe you can vote it. Maybe you could take it to people, stakeholders, and ask them to vote it the best top solutions based on different criteria. And you will get some 2 or 3 solutions or features. When it comes to website, it could be features or functionalities or something like that related to the website building. And next, you will get into the prototype. Actual building part will start now, because you know what solution you are going to come up with or what functionality. Now you could confidently go and build it. And in this case, it's going to be your website. And finally, you're going to test it out. So once you have done, that doesn't mean that is the final thing, because many times we have been, what to say, like our understanding was limited in the initial years of the startup. We felt our product is the best. I mean, this is the final thing. But when we have taken that to testing, for example, to kids, they will be the best critic to say you like, why this is there, why is not like that. So we'll get new ideas and we'll come back again to the drawing board to see where we could get our product or the prototype better. So testing process is also very important. It would be great if you could, once you build that website, it would be nice if you could showcase this to your family, friends, or somebody who could give you the actual responses, somebody who will actually use this in real time. You could showcase to them and see if they are finding it easy to navigate and are they getting the relevant information right. And once they give some feedback, just try to implement it quickly. And again, that is not the final thing. There is always a scope for improvement. But for this time, what is the best thing that you can come out of? Once you have done the test, again, the final thing which is not there here, you're going to present it. I mean, to the mentors, to the people, to the public, is final thing that you're going to release your product. Imagine that is your final product, you're going to release it to the public. And that will be the actual process. So again, I really love the responses of some of you who said, you're always, it's not like a very linear structure. You could also come back. It's not like you should start with empathize and just you should move one by one. It's not very linear. You can come back to whichever points you want and you could get better at it, but just is a guide or a framework that you will have. So, and I think your mentors will be there. I think they'll be the people who are going to support you. I think they are going to be your friends, coaches. So I think this is the final question before I close off, right? Imagine you have all the resources in this world, and as students, I firmly believe that you are the real change makers. If given an opportunity, you're going to come up with fantastic solutions. What is that one problem that you would like to solve in this world? Just one problem in your life. Imagine how important that problem is going to be. Just type the problem out. One problem that you would like to solve in this world if you have all the resources and opportunity for you. Go on. I think you could also come up with more, I guess, but I could see traffic, poverty, pollution, mind, okay. Decrease unemployment, promote well-being for all ages and ensure equitable and quality education, malnutrition among children. There is one more, pollution, egoistic nature, okay, conflicts. Nice, go on. And that really says about your own personality as well, because every problem is about your perspective. I'm not going to judge which problem is bigger or smaller. Every problem, according to you, is something that you closely connect with, because you would have faced it, or your surrounding people would have faced it. COVID-19, yes, of course, is some of the biggest problem that you would like to solve now. Education, agriculture improvement, poverty, supply water demands in drought regions, great. Improve education system, health, reduce resource wastage, wonderful. I think I'm really loving the way in which you're all very matured, connected to real world scenarios. I think you're also listening to a lot of news and all the stuff. Provide people with resources to allow them to come up with and stand up with others. Really nice. So each one of this problem statement would definitely have a backstory, because since you're typing this one problem, I know like how connected you are to a problem. And the interesting part is you're going to meet with team members from different regions. That means the same problem that you're going to address, each of you would think in a different way. And that's the wonderful thing, right? There'll be a conflict, but there'll also be a space where you could resolve your conflict among yourselves with the support of mentors. Because when people coming up with different perspectives, definitely we have different ideas. But before building the solution, just come to one common area. Just come in one common page that you get an understanding and mutually agree and proceed to the solution building part. That's one of my, you could take it as one of the thing that you could take it forward. Corruption, proper education system, startup resources, increase awareness in people to learn new. I think I feel very happy that I think once you have gone out of school, college, I'm pretty sure that you're going to make an impact in the real world, because this PBL camp is going to be like a Kickstarter for you. I think along the way in your life, you'll get more such opportunities, and I think you will make the difference in the world. And I feel you are the people that should be doing right, and we are there to support always. I'm really happy about these thoughts. I'll just quickly move to the next slide. It's almost like 8:10. So final here, yes, whatever I said, you have the power to make a difference. And the important point is you have to believe in it first, because I firmly believe in that student voices and actions have the power. Because many times what happens, students are not given the voice they deserve in the decisions that affect them. For example, I feel even in education policy, students should be involved. Even in something that happens within the school, students' voices should be heard. So imagine if you become part and parcel of the decisions that affect you, you will come up with better solutions. One example is I went to a school to do a design thinking camp for redesigning a classroom. Imagine I'm sitting with a bunch of students asking them how we could make the classroom better. Because I feel over the years, we have not asked this question much to children because they have wonderful answers with them. One of the students said, we should not arrange the benches in this way because it's very difficult to talk to my friend. Like I should turn back and talk, which is very uncomfortable for me. What if we could have like a circle arrangement within the classroom? Imagine if this solution is implemented in all the classroom, at least in that school. Imagine like how nice it would be. Like teacher will be in the center. Imagine the classroom is like a circle. Okay, something like a parliament, if I'm not wrong. But just to give an idea. So imagine if these ideas, as adults, that was very surprising for me. But those kids are like spontaneously giving solutions. So, and one student said we need to have two blackboards, one for the teacher and one for the students, because we felt we should also have some practice area to teach others. So two blackboards in a classroom, that is also something was very interesting. I'm just listing one, maybe two, but I got like hundreds of solutions to what changes can we make in a classroom. So I feel through this opportunity, like I want to wish you all the best for the next 1 week and also beyond. Just make the best use of this opportunity, and I think this will be like a superpower added to your thing, and you're going to use it to impact many more people. You can also teach your friends. Whenever you're done with the camp, I think you could be a teacher and you could also teach this to many more students, many your friends, colleagues, so that you could grow this tree beyond. I mean, it's not just 40 or 50 or 90 or 100 odd students. I think you could also spread this whole idea of project-based learning to your colleagues, friends, through your schools, through your teachers, so that this idea grows and not restricted among others. So finally, since it's almost end, I just want to understand, how do you feel now? So from the starting to now, I think I've taken you through an experience, but I just want to understand, what is your state of mind now? Just feel free to type whatever you feel like. Okay, excited, enthusiastic, whatever you feel like. Excited to make the change, enlightened, have more clarity and confidence in the project-based learning system this camp will implement. Nice. And energetic. Yeah, that's what I want. Keep the energy going for the next 1 week. I think you should also share that energy vibe to your mentors, because they're also going to work round the clock to support you in making things. You should also show your support to your mentors. I feel comfortable, excitement, very good. Power to have superpowers in me from now. Yes, it starts from now. I think you have your superpowers with you now. Enthusiasm and excited to make the change. Awesome. More eager for tomorrow's session as I enjoyed today's session. Wonderful. More knowledgeable. I feel lucky to be part of this camp and I'm enlightened about many things. I'm energetic and excited. Great. I think you have taken that first step to register for this, right? That's the first step that you have already taken it. That's the hardest step. I think you're also fortunate enough that you have been in that space. You have laptop, mobile phones, and you have that access to get into this. I think you should also spread this to at least 3 or 4 more students who don't have access to these kind of technologies. For example, your friends who don't have laptop, mobile, internet, but you think you could communicate the idea of problem solving after this camp to them. You could also inspire many more children because you are being that very fortunate people who have got this opportunity. It would be great if you could also spread this to many more people. I have this camp every day. This is 365 day for learning new things. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I think Ramnik, I think they're looking for a bigger camp next time. Waiting for developing web, excited for tomorrow. So great. I think wonderful. I think I'm done with the session, I guess. So wonderful. So
take the screenshot of this, Harish. That response is the feedback.
Yeah, we can take it. I think this will be recorded. I think I can send you.
Yes,
later.
yes, we can have it afterwards. Yeah.
Have you taken the screenshot, Ramnik?
Oh, okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Forum.
Great, wonderful. I think I'm done. But I think if you have some few students sharing their responses, I would be happy to listen, feedback, and everything. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, Ramnik. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Harish. It was really wonderful and full of energy, I would say, full of energy bank session. And I hope the same from all the students. Now let's open the call for the views and let's call for all the students, parents, and teachers who are today here. Let's hear from them what they felt and what they are now thinking about project-based learning. So anyone interested, please come on the camera, students and teachers and mentors. Please come on the camera. Let's talk face to face. It's very long time. It's actually more than 1 year. We haven't seen a person. We haven't seen a human face to face. So yeah, let's come on the camera. Yeah, we can see Kashish. Hi, Kashish, John, Benedict, Satyendra, Forum, Faldu, Palak. There you go. Who else coming up? Good morning, Bojana ma'am, joining from US.
Good morning. I wanted only 1 second to say,
sure, ma'am, please go ahead.
To compliment, and Harish, I don't know whether I pronounced correctly your name. You were terrific, but I was tremendously impressed as professor. I was tremendously impressed by students raising issues which are absolutely on the table of every researcher. And yesterday, last night, I spent all night reading a new paper on women who left workplace, who just for taking care of children and parents and so on. So huge issue because we lost so many women. How to bring them back? I read about that, but what you raise those problems, I think I am absolutely speechless. I am so impressed, but not only how you feel that you are excited, you are energetic, you are inspired, you are, oh my goodness, I wish that you could be in my class. So please come to Kansas, the heart of the United States, study, and you will make me the happiest person on the earth. Thank you, congratulations, and continue. I will also say about the development of web page. I have to tell you, I didn't have time to develop those skills, and all the time I rely on my student who is sometimes very busy, sometimes so my web page is not updated. It affects my career, it affects my work. So to have opportunity to learn how to develop web page, please go for it. and you will benefit from that tremendously. I will hire you. I will hire you. I will pay you well for that, so you can come with those skills that are needed now. So thank you so much, Ramnik. Thank you so much, organizers. Thank you, Harish, for absolutely terrific. I am so happy that I join you on this very, very nice meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are
Thank you
happy
so
to
much,
see you.
Sajana ma'am.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for
Yeah.
joining.
Happy Easter. Yeah, we celebrate Easter here. So it's huge holiday and big holiday personally for me. So I was so pleased that you energized me and you contributed so much to my feeling that the future will be bright with people like you who will have, as you've heard, who will have voice. Who will have voice, but voice is not enough. You have to have skills, you have to have offers, proposals for making life better every day, for solutions, and just put your ideas and put your skills into work, and I don't need to worry about the future. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bhajana ma'am. It was really fruitful remarks. So we have one more, I would say, Chitra ma'am, welcome. Good morning, ma'am.
I was speechless. Harish did an incredible job presenting. I have done presentations for 40 years, but I bow out to him. He says, and such a spectacular job. What I really liked about his presentation specifically was he did not throw a lot on the slides and confuse and get everybody all over the place, which is one of the mistakes a lot of the presentations do. Harish, I really enjoyed, and that program, Minty, oh my goodness, it is awesome. I want to know, how can I get it for my presentations? Because all your students were so engaged, responding, like that. It's not the same, chat helps, but this is, I really, I totally, follow the professors, I mean, a professor from the US university, not easy to get that approval, but she nailed it. I think it's incredible. I think all you students, you should be so blessed to be part of this. Yeah, I hope you all take this. How fantastic at that high school level you get to do this when everybody's sitting there complaining about the COVID, right? I'm really speechless. I'm hoping to join the rest of your program. I might even bring some additional guests to join because it is so well done. So I'll talk to Ramnika later to say, hey, can I bring some more of my North Jersey buddies, regional buddies, to come and witness? I wrote to you yesterday, right? It's a history-making event. Now I'm convinced that it is an history-making event. So thank you. I'm so glad it's not last week because I was busy volunteering at the COVID vaccination center for a week. I would have definitely been bummed missing your program. But now this week is on, I'm free. Again, Harish, excellent, fantastic. And I also congratulate you for all the, what I heard before about things that you have accomplished. I think India is going to be, just with all these kids coming out, India is going to be leading the world.
Sure, we are up for it. Yeah.
Fully agree with you. Thank you, Chitra. I count. This is where my passion is for India. Yes, because I really agree with you. I second what you said.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of this. I feel young.
Oh, no, don't say like that, ma'am. You gave us the opportunity to get connected with you.
You are young, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Chitra ma'am, for your wonderful views. I would say that's what we are looking for. That's all the students here on the call, parents and mentors are looking for. the energy that we need to bring
Bright
up.
faces. Oh my goodness, at this time of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Bhojana ma'am, I would say if you are afraid of making a web page, this camp is gonna make you learn that without coding. Make a note of it.
Okay, if I would have more than 24 hours per day, you know, I would do everything. But can you see collaborative and, you know, collective efforts? So I always say why it's important that students have the best, the highest skills, because they can assist also professors. So they can have position of graduate or undergraduate teaching and so on. So there are terrific opportunities now for people who have skills, who have absolutely the highest technology skills. This is absolutely the best time to learn technology. Absolutely. So Ramnik and Harish, if I sorry about my pronunciation. So thank you for doing that. It's unbelievable, gorgeous, gorgeous opportunity. Yeah, thanks. I will, of course, I will join you for a moment, but I still would like my students to assist me. Those students are my angels. They help me with so many things because professor is engaged in so many things, in research. Can you see research? This is just what is foundation. Thank you. Thank you, Ramnik, for encouraging me. I absolutely, I will.
It's vice versa. I would say you encourage us, not us.
I will do my best. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Thank you so much for joining such a morning. And yes, anyone, any student want to come up and any parent want to come up to share their experience of today workshop. And we will have a lot of workshops coming up and we will give you a couple of days for making up your website. We will let you know, don't confuse yourself. Harish and I will be there in couple of days. Day after tomorrow, we will with you and we'll let you know proper process. And tomorrow we're gonna tell you how you can make your own website without coding. Okay, I will be training you that point, and you will be amazed to see those wonderful tools which we are gonna use tomorrow. And I am sure I would like to encourage you, don't miss the session from today till the last of this camp, because you don't get such opportunities every day. And I would say when I was in my class, I didn't know about IEEE at all. I wasn't aware about Java programming language, what you talk about IEEE. So you get a golden opportunity. So come up, join with us. Yes, anyone want to share? We have a lot of students on the call.
Yes, I want to first share my appreciation of the session. It's great. Even for somebody who is not very tech savvy and who is not really knowing about something on web design, you have created that interest in me, Harish. So thank you so much. And I really enjoyed the way you used the Mentimeter. As Chitra said, I would love to hear how you did it, and I would like to use it for my presentations for my students also, because I also give a lot of presentations, but I have never thought that even on the presentation itself, this interaction can be done. Great. It was just great. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to learn that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for kind words, Chitra ma'am and Ram. I know you are super experienced. I'm also a learner in this and learning from a lot of people. And Mentimeter was again introduced by one of the educators that I'm working with. So it's all about learning from each other. And I'm also like trying to get better at it. So in what I'm doing. So
it's lovely.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the kind words. Yeah.
Fine, we have. Thank you so much, Ramlata ma'am. I would say that's a kind of remark that I want to listen from my professors, that you made us very independent technical person. So it's kind of very universal access to technology that we are working with Bhojana ma'am in the IEEE society. That's what we are talking about. Yeah.
But we are also learning, as Bhojana said, we are always learning, and it's so exciting. That's what makes it really worthwhile attending all these sessions. Just attending a webinar doesn't make it really worthwhile, but attending these sessions, which has engaged the students, and I was really enjoying how the students came up with all those ideas and immediately responded to his call. Amazing.
Yes, Chitra ma'am, you want to say
Honestly,
something? Yeah.
I was going to sort of pay attention and kind of have things going on and in the kitchen and other places. I have to tell you, I never left the chair. I couldn't leave because it was like I didn't want to miss answering one of these questions. I was like one of these students. I said, wait a minute, he's asking a question and I got to enter my answer. So I didn't leave my chair for other than taking a quick walk around for my hourly walk commitment. Excellent. Are you saying if I attend every day, at the end of it, I'm going to learn how to build a website? Because I don't know how to build a website.
For sure, ma'am. Why not?
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the start of that.
Oh my goodness. I am going to learn how to build a website. Okay. All right.
I told Ramlata ma'am to design a website in 15 minutes. And you see, there are a lot of people on this call, which we're going to learn. And in half an hour or 15, 20 minutes, you're going to make a website, full-fledged website without coding.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interest.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
you can just turn me into a student.
no, it's like a vice versa. We are learning always from each other. No one is
hear
a
from the
teacher
students.
here.
Come on, kids. I want to hear from some of them.
Yeah. Aryan, you want to go ahead? Aryan Patel?
Like Harish said, this is your opportunity to experience, exercise, expressing your thoughts. It's I have to say that what you learn, having worked, Professor and Lata will agree with me that I would probably say when you get to work, if I have to say about 20 to 30% is your technical work, your actual work. The rest of it is how you present yourself, how you manage yourself, how you interact with people. They are the ones that's going to keep your career going. Anybody can just learn how to do this or do that and figure it out. I never studied RF, but I spent 40 years working in the RF industry. Nobody taught me one thing about RF, but I learned it on the job. But all the work is about expressing yourself, being able to present. Harish and Ramnik, they're demonstrating to you those skills. So I would like to hear some of the students take this opportunity and speak.
Can I acknowledge something?
Yeah, please go ahead, Kashish. Yeah.
In the starting of this session, Harish sir told us that he was quite introvert in the college or his, learning, like the schooling slots. And now when I see him present all this, I actually, I was quite shocked by the way he presented it to us, because like he was not at all, not a point where he went, he got scared, or his confidence was showing on, like his confidence was bang on, we could see it. And literally I cannot believe that he was an introvert in school.
That's an example of like one of you said practice makes man perfect, and it has been a practice of last 7 years, and again repeatedly with children with similar age groups. I think I should thank my students along the years. So basically that is the answer to that. Yeah, thanks Kashish for like acknowledging that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kashish, for sharing those wonderful words. I would say that's only what we are up to. I was so introvert like Harish. You can't believe I am here conducting this camp. It's all practice makes men successful, right? You have to be very practicing. You have to talk with members, new students across the globe. Then only you can become confident, right? Yes, anyone else? We have video makers. Pinky, you want to say something? Palak, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. I'd like to say something that in the starting of the session, we were thinking that we will do further coding, but for this app or what website you use, Mentimeter, it was like what we missed. You gave us what we missed in school actually, and that was very wonderful. We were active, we were given a chance to interact with you, and that was wonderful. I liked it, and I'm really eager to see and
Thank you so much, Palak. It was really great to hear those views. I would say you won't miss anything. If you are with us, you won't miss anything. We won't make you miss. We will remind you again and again, today's a session, this is gonna start. So don't miss, be with us in the WhatsApp group. Okay, great. Pinky, you want to say something? You are here, go ahead. Pinky, you are muted. Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
Even I am excited in this camp. So I don't know what in this coding is there. So how to use without coding, how to make a web page without coding. So it would be excited for me to.
Sure. Thank you so much, Pinky. We definitely know, like Harish and the whole organization team will surely make you that superpower of making a web page or other technologies that we will gonna talk in this camp in the coming days. You will surely learn a new thing. Wonderful. Thank you, Pinky. Yeah. Anyone else want to speak up? Don't make me a teacher. I am an industrialist. I am not fond of calling names.
You are not supposed to call names.
Yeah. Students are sign up like they are like.
Yeah, Ramalata, I don't know about you, but I grew up in Chennai, right? And I went to the local school there, Lady Wellington, and then I went to engineering college. I grew up the whole time. I have to tell you, I didn't travel much because we didn't have parents who, worked in a kind of an industry where they moved around the country or anything. I grew up the whole time, never ever meeting one person outside my state. I never ever came across anybody from even Andhra Pradesh or Kerala or anywhere because we didn't travel much. We didn't have all the money. So it's like for the first time in college, I saw a few girls who came from other neighboring states like Kerala, but predominantly just basically blind Tamil Nadu and at that time, and that's it. Look at you guys, from right all over the place. Being as a, I think this is so fantastic, right? Yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much, Chitra ma'am. Yeah. I guess diversity and the inclusion, we are focusing in this camp a lot, and we will continue in that way so that class 8 students should interact with 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, as well as to the mentors from the different states, from different countries, from different, I would say, gender. We are concentrating on that particular part. Networking should be without barrier, without any thinking much, without any sharing your ideas to anyone, without thinking any much. Be self-confident, be confident. Yes, students, do you have anything else to share? Or shall we close the call with a wonderful group pic?
Ramnik, if any parent or any teacher is available, we can have feedback from a teacher or a parent.
Sure. Let me see. We have the regular parent. Shiva sir, you want to speak something?
Yeah, Ramnik, I think the session from Harish was fantastic. I think many have already expressed his Mentimeter-based session handling. It was really, really good. Even for me, it was the first time. Though we come from IT world and I do a lot of presentations in this COVID era remotely, but I never knew this tool actually. So it's fantastic tool. And the way he kind of conducted it was amazing because he didn't preach anything, right? He asked questions, students answered it, and they extracted some of those information and they reiterated the point. And that's really the art of you can say not teaching, but art of sharing the knowledge and collaborating with your students. So it's really, really good. Very good skill, Harish.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Shiva sir. It's wonderful. that when the initiative by young minds are being supported by parents as well as the teachers, that actually makes the foundation pillar of an event to be successful, and that we are experiencing. Thank you so much for joining.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ramnik.
Yeah. Stuti, you want to say something? You are muted if you are speaking, Stuti. Okay, so I guess we are up to the end. So Meghna, if you are there, can you please go ahead?
Yeah. So an attendance form has been shared. Go ahead and fill it to ensure his attendance. Also, we'll be taking a group photo now. So if you could make a W with your fingers, because that represents women in engineering. So we will take a group photo now.
Sure, Meghna, thank you so much. And before ending and yeah, thank you so much, Meghna. Before ending the call and before taking the group pic, I would like to say that Harish, always I attend your session, and that's why my first name for project-based learning was Harish. I want to call Harish brother to take this session. No one else is there to help me out. So that's wonderful session you have been always doing, and I'm really impressed by your performance, by how you actually deliver the content. Delivering a content into a presentation format is different, but interacting and delivering it simultaneously and making the audience so interactive that it gives that energy bank automatically. I would say it's a power bank of knowledge. Yeah, I used to use technical words, power bank of knowledge. So thank you so much, Harish. It's wonderful to have you here, and all the parents, teachers, and all the students, dear students who will be making a change into the society. We will be helping you out to take your project to the another level, so that we can support you to take that project directly into some of the execution in the society. We will help you to guide. There are a lot of things, a lot of surprises are lying in this camp, so don't miss any session. We have a special feedback from Divya. Divya, you want to go ahead?
Yes, am I audible, Ramnik?
Yes, you're perfectly. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so starting with the what Harish gave the performance, it was really great. Like he used the Mentimeter tool for interacting with the students. It was like I will also be using this for my presentations in the company. So it was really great, and the seeing the students' enthusiasm and the how they on that particular question what they want to create for the world, and they want to solve the problems, and that question I liked, and the answers that were given by the students were fantastic. So I would just recommend all the students to be with us till the end of this camp. You will surely gain everything, and you will be like, if you miss any one session, you will be lagging by something. So I would recommend everyone to attend on the regular basis, and you will surely learn from it. And also, we are giving you a platform, IEEE is giving you a platform to express yourself. To the best part of this camp is that along with the gaining the technical skills, you will be given an opportunity for networking. So express yourself, stand out, and give your feedbacks. That's all.
Thank you so much, Divya. Thank you so much, Harish, once again. So let's come up to the end. Yeah, thank you so much. So let's come to the end and take a memorable pick. IEEE Women Engineering Project-Based Learning Camp is on the basis of women engineering. So let's make a W here. And okay, I need not to, because I need to take a screenshot. Okay. Please come on the camera who are not on the camera and make a W so that I can take a quick screenshot. And one. Yeah, sir, you are getting ready. Yeah, you can make it like this, like L, then this. Make a L, 2L, and make it like this. Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, and 1 second. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we really see the consistency of your presence in all the sessions upcoming. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Gujana ma'am.
Thank
It's
you,
always
Rami.
wonderful to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's absolutely great. You do amazing work.
All about your support and blessings, ma'am. We are nothing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.